Good morning, guys. Today we'll be covering Cardano. Cardano with a very nice breakout pointing to some really nice targets. So in today's video, we'll be talking about those targets. We'll be talking about any entry or add levels in case you guys haven't got into your position just yet. And by the way, you should have already been in your position. We've been talking about this trade for a while now. Kusha and I have both done a video on this over the past couple of days. We even sent out an email to you guys very recently. And by the way, if you aren't on that email list, the Mango Alpha email list, make sure you guys do join that list. It's a free email list. You'll find that link down in the description below. I'll also be talking about invalidation criteria, right? Essentially, when does this trade get invalidated and how to dynamically watch for that trend to get invalidated. And also, before we get started, I do want to give a massive shout out to Ben. Right over here, I have a screenshot. He sent me this PM the other day and it honestly made me so freaking happy to read. Now guys, Ben he's been a seedling since around October, I believe, and in the beginning, you know, just like all of us, you could sense his impatience, but my oh my, this guy has changed so much. He's come so far. Now he watches every single video, he consumes all the freaking Mango content that he can get his hands on, and he simply wants more and more. I just love that about this guy. And you know, he says something in here, guys, that is so important that all of you guys should learn from. Okay, all of you guys should take out your pen and note this down. I'm going to go ahead and read it out. So Ben says, "Good morning. It's indeed been an amazing morning. Caught two amazing moves, one on Cardano and also now on ETC, thanks to Ted. I just wanted to share what happened with the ETC trade. Yesterday in the ARB video, you shared about how you wouldn't bid there, but you would either wait for the failed breakout and then bid the retracement, or wait for the clean breakout and then bid that. I applied the former strategy, and what do you know, it turned out to be a great trade." What's important to note there, guys, is that he used a concept/strategy that I talked about in the Arbitrum video and applied it to his trades on Cardano and ETC. And that is so important to learn from. So many of you will only watch the analysis that we do if it's a coin that you are interested in. You guys think that, hey, if Sean and Kusha aren't covering so-and-so coin, I shouldn't watch it because it's not something I'm interested in. That is not the way to learn, guys. Look at what Ben did. He took concepts that I covered in the ARB video, right? And he applied it on Cardano and ETC. And by the way, guys, just doing something as simple as that has led to his account increasing by around 35%. Where I'm going with all of this is, don't watch the videos only for the targets, only for the entry levels. Watch the videos to learn and use what we teach on your other videos. I want you guys to reach a point where you don't need Mango anymore, okay? And finally, notice how he says, thanks to Ted. I want to give a shout out to Ted too, because Ted is, by the way, another one of our seedlings. He's, I think, been with Seed for around a year and a half. And Ted has reached a point where I am taking trade ideas from him. In fact, one of my biggest wins is because of Ted. I owe my entire Quenta trade to Ted. So Ted, thank you so much, man. You too, you're freaking awesome. I love all of you, man. You guys, you know, when I started off the community, my goal was to build a mastermind community where we could all learn from each other. And that's exactly what's happening. When I look at Ted, when I look at Julian, when I look at Mark, when I look at Sherwin, all of you, you guys are freaking awesome. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with the analysis. Let's begin with Cardano's targets. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the targets I discussed in the previous video, but I'm also going to introduce a interim target that we should be keeping an eye on, right? So the major target is this blue box territory that I marked out for you guys in the previous video, coming in at around $1 to $1.20, right? So just go ahead, take a screenshot, mark this down, note it down, but also keep in mind that Krisha does have a target that is in the middle of my blue box right over here, right? So I believe a target is around 103. So we're seeing confluence. I have a blue box territory. Krisha has a straight horizontal line over there. And more often than not, Krisha's targets hit to the T. All right, guys, to the T. But personally, me, I like drawing boxes because it's easier to trade, because it it allows me to mentally get prepared to start taking profits in a distributive way, right? As opposed to waiting for your bid to hit exactly. I take a little bit off here, a little bit off here, a little bit off here. So I kind of use the box as a way to like keep letting go more and more of my trade. Okay, but keep in mind that Kusha has a level over here too, and Kusha's levels are literally magical. So note that down as well. Okay. Now, I do want to talk about another target that's coming in from the 4-day time frame, right? And right over here, we are looking at Cardano on the 4-day time frame, and you guys can see that I have a structure drawn out over here, but ignore that for now. We'll come back to that. What I want you guys to draw your attention to is this candle right over here coming in from the 29th of May 2022, right? So that's from all the way last year. I want you guys to look at this push down over here, right? This rejection, okay? And this is something I teach in the C program. When you see a hard rejection like that, a wick rejection, right? A strong rejection or strong bounce up, mark out those wicks. Those are areas of importance. But what we are going to do is we're going to mark out this wick over here as well as these candle closes coming in from a couple of 4-day candles later, right? So this area right over here. So now we have two blue box territories. The one above that I discussed with you guys around $1 to $1.20, as well as this one right over here around 64 cents to around 69 cents. 69, there you go. That's not going to be a difficult number to remember at all. More importantly, that lines up very, very well with the measured move of the structure that I've marked out over here. Now, you can look at this as a inverted head and shoulders or a inverted Adam and Eve. Honestly, call it what you will. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the fact that we are likely going to break the structure to the upside. Now, remember, we've not closed this candle yet. We're about to close the 4-day in around 9 hours and 4 minutes, right? Which is why I decided to do today's video. Because if we close this 4-day candle anywhere above 42 cents, right? So 42.27, guys. Let's just round up to 43 to be safe, okay? So 43 cents. If you see Cardano close above there, this structure has broken to the upside, and we'll be looking for the measured move of the structure to hit its target eventually, and right over there that would be pointing to around 70 cents, right? So you're seeing some confluence with a blue box territory coming in from this rejection over here that led the continuation of this bear market move all the way down to 24 cents, seeing that structure get its reversal trigger very, very soon, pointing to the retest of that rejection, right? More importantly, we have more confluence coming in if you turn on your Ichimoku, right? We're going to go ahead and do that, right? You're seeing a potential edge-to-edge trade, but what we are going to do, guys, is we're going to turn on a 200 exponential moving average within the cloud, and I believe I have it out of that. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the horizontals temporarily. And you guys can see that our 200 exponential moving average is coming in at 65 cents as well. Now, keep that at the back of your mind. Know that it's lining up with the blue box territory, and also keep at the back of your mind that usually when you see this bullish TK cross get activated with Cardano living within the cloud, that 200 exponential moving average is a target to be looking for. The next target after that is the 200 moving average, right? And what is that lining up with? That's lining up with our upper blue box territory, right? So we're seeing confluence now across the board over here, right? Our EMAs matching with our blue box territory, our moving average matching with our blue box territory, and all of it matching with the fact that we have an Ichimoku equilibrium trade on our hands over here, right? But remember, this Ichimoku trade has not activated just yet. It will activate once we see the bullish TK cross, essentially this blue line crossing the red line, and then we see price living within the cloud, right? But patience, guys, patience. Remember, we talked about this Cardano trade a week or so ago, and people were too impatient with it. A lot of people let go of their trade far, far too early, and now it's beginning. The trade is beginning. Don't ruin a good thing. Don't ruin a good thing. Far too many people are going to want to trade the interim moves on the lower time frames when the best thing to do at the moment, guys, is to simply let the trade play itself out, right? Do you honestly want to make 50 exhausting decisions in the interim time frame when you can simply make one decision to enter and one decision to exit on the high time frames and capture massive, massive wins like we did in the previous bull market? We just made one decision, right? And well, another one right at the end to exit, but just 2 decisions, guys, and you can keep your life mango, keep your life stress-free, and honestly retire early. Trust me, guys, it can be that simple. It's been that simple for our Bitcoin trade, and it's going to be that simple for this Cardano trade. So where do we exit? Where's our invalidation? We talk about Cardano targets, and we haven't talked about entry ad levels. I'll be talking about that very, very soon. I just assume that all of you guys are in the trade, but let's talk about invalidation since we're on the chart. The invalidation is going to be very, very simple. The invalidation is going to be the mango dynamic on the weekly, right? We've been talking about this for a while. We've been talking about this since 2020, guys. Long above the mango dynamic, close out your trades underneath the mango dynamic. As simple as that, okay? You can even go short underneath the mango dynamic. Like you can see right over here, it was an amazing short this entire freaking bear market, right? So where is the mango dynamic coming in at? The mango dynamic is coming in at around 37.87 cents, right? So if you don't have access to the mango dynamic, take a screenshot of this. We're going to give you guys regular updates, but also, guys, simply look at the 39-cent region, right? Losing that neckline around 39 is also another way to look for an invalidation of this trade. 39, let's just say 40 cents, okay? Round up to 40 cents. Weekly candles underneath 40 cents, that's going to be a red flag. At that point, look out for weekly candles closing underneath 37 cents, and that's going to be the end of the trade. So red flag at 40 cents, closes under 40 cents, and then the complete invalidation is closes underneath 37 cents. Okay, so yeah, that's your invalidation. Let's go ahead and talk about entries if you guys aren't in the trade yet. Now, we just had an impulsive move on the lower time frames, and remember what Krisha talked about in her previous video, right? She used the mango dashboard, right? And at the time, we're going to go ahead and filter out Cardano. At the time, if you guys do remember, she was looking at Cardano's volatility in the 4-hour time frame, and it was pretty high back then too, right? It was around 80. It was red. And she said, guys, this is likely going to pull back. And it did pull back. It did pull back to around, I believe, I'm forgetting the numbers, but I think 38 cents, 37 cents. Right? But it was a pretty good pullback, and then it got picked up and we had a big move. But at the time, the 12-hour volatility was pretty low. Now we're seeing red volatility. So I am inclined to believe that if we do see a pullback, we get a pullback on the 12-hour time frame, right? But remember, that pullback, you shouldn't be scared of the pullback. Look at the trend, guys. The trend is long across all time frames, including the weekly. We also have bullish Ichimoku triggers on the 4-hour, the 12-hour, as well as the daily, right? And the vol has still been pretty freaking compressed. And remember, guys, compression leads to expansion, and the daily is yet to expand. So if we do see a pullback on the 12-hour time frame, that's going to be a big opportunity, especially if we close this 4-day tomorrow above the level that we discussed. And what's that level? Let's go ahead and reconfirm that level. That level is coming in at around 42 cents, right? So if we see a close above 42 cents, guys, 42.72 to be a little bit more precise, what you could do is go ahead and switch on over to your 12-hour time frame. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for a bid zone on the 12-hour time frame. I'm going to zoom out a tad bit over here, and it's very clear to see a key level, right, coming in from these candle closes over here, as well as this area right over here. I'm going to go ahead and draw out a box. And what is that zone coming in at? That zone is coming in around 41.97 to around 41 cents. Okay, cool. So now you're seeing confluence over here. If we close above the neckline on the 4-day time frame tomorrow, which is closing in around 9 hours, any bid into the zone on the 12 hours going to be a bid opportunity, right? So all the way up to around 40.9 cents. Let's go ahead and turn on our dynamic to see if we have any confluence. Okay, so the dynamic, I'm going to go ahead and clear this squiggly over there. The dynamic at the moment is coming in around 40.29. So that is an opportunity to trade the wink if you are so inclined. If you guys are in the C program, you guys know exactly what I mean by that. However, if you don't have access to the dynamic, simply use the Ichimoku. The Ichimoku is coming in right in confluence with the bottom of our blue box territory right over there, guys. This blue thin line is our Tenkin coming in around 40.99. So yeah, that's your bid opportunity if Cardano closes above the zone on the 4-day time frame, right? Our 4-day neckline coming in right over there. So let's go ahead and do a quick summary. We have two targets, essentially two zones of targets coming in around 64 cents to around 69 cents. That's the first zone. The second zone is coming in around $1, 95 cents to $1, all the way up to $1.20, right? This is a thicker zone, and Krisha's target's coming in right in the middle of the zone, actually at 103. If you guys are interested in marking that out as well. We also do have our invalidation level coming in from the Mango dynamic on the weekly time frame. Remember, we're looking at the weekly for this big trend trade at around 37.66, right? We're a bit further away from it at the moment, but we'll be keeping you guys updated in case we do lose that level. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button, and hey, subscribe to the Mango fam if you haven't done so yet. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, do the Mango way, do the easy way, do it the stress-free way. Ciao.